At the tippity top is elite of the elite. Right below that is he be doing it. Right below that is eh. Right below that is I guess. And then right below that, who is you, my guy? So we're going to jump into this. Starting at the top here. Now, caveat, Osama, I believe you have not seen Quantum of Solace?
Yes, that's correct. And Spectre, actually.
Okay, so this will make it really.
But that's okay
fun.
because I've looked into the analysis on both. So
so I will lob most of those villains up to Fahad since he's seen them. Just to be fair to the villains here, because we have to be fair to the villains. Otherwise, we're just like them. So here we go. We'll start, Fahad. I'll start you with Alex Dimitrios. So for those of you who don't remember, Alex Dimitrios is this fella over here. So Alex Dimitrios is a terrible poker player because he loses his car to James Bond in Casino Royale.
And a terrible husband.
And a terrible husband. Just he loses his partner and his car to James Bond. Just reeking of old school Bond shenanigans here. So Fahad, Alex Dimitrios. He also takes a knife in the stomach, I believe, and he gets
and I was gonna
sat
say,
down by Bond.
retaliate? Doesn't he like retaliate by killing his wife?
Yes, yeah, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sorry, Alex Dimitrios is going on the "Who Is You, My Guy" list. Like this dude is straight up just out here filling up space. And, like, why does he even have that expensive ass car? Give it to someone else who has earned it, dog.
Yeah, so Alex Dimitrios from Casino Royale, of course. We're gonna go there and we're gonna put him in the "Who Is You, My Guy" category. Osama, let's see. I'm going to give you. Oh, let's see. I'll give you somebody interesting. Let's see. No, not you. Okay, I'm going to give you, where is he on the list here? Mr. White. So Mr. White, actually, no, I can't give you Mr. White. You've seen neither Spectre nor Quantum of Solace, and he's super important to both of them. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to give you Patrice. So Patrice, for those who don't remember, has no lines in Skyfall, but he does grapple with Bond a couple of times. They also have a really good opening in Skyfall where the two of them are pursuing
on the crane.
No. This is in Skyfall. So they're pursuing each other in the Turkish bazaar / city, and the two of them also fight at the top of a building where you just see the neon lights in the background. And again, he has no words. We're gonna take Wikipedia's guidance here and say that his name is Patrice. So Patrice Osama, where does he fit? Elite of the elite. He be doing it. I guess. Who is you, my guy?
I remember those action sequences, and they were elite. Like, if you're talking about the action sequence, elite of the elite. But if we're talking about the guy, the fact that he doesn't even have a last name means I can't even put him in the top half. And the fact that he had no lines, and I actually can't remember what ended up happening to him. Did he didn't die in those sequences?
He gets rocked. Right? He gets thrown off the building. Bond throws him off.
Oh, yeah. That's an I guess. For me.
That's an I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
So Patrice.
Although obviously going through these, as we start to rank them, we might have to start shifting dudes around comparatively.
Like the action.
I was thinking like the action is dope. So maybe but we'll leave him in F for now. And if anybody else is better than him in F, we're dropping him.
Yeah, we'll see. Fahad, your turn. Marco Scara, Fahad. If you remember from Spectre, he is your pre-credits. That's right, pre-credits. He's actually before the title of the movie. It's this fella. Marco Scara. So he dies, and of course his death leads to the consequences of Spectre and, Bond learning about this underground world. So Fahad, Marco Scara, where do we place?
Sam has the right strategy of not having watched those movies because I'm getting these garbage ass villains. Who is Marco Scara, dog? He gets kicked off a chopper. I'm sitting there. Why do I care that he's about to take me? Why do I remotely give any shits about him? The only purpose he serves is like, we're gonna meet the prophet. He overhears some conversation about that shit, and that's that. Yeah, he's done.
Also loses his wife to Bond.
What are these? So there seems to be a theme with the "Who Is You, My Guys." They keep losing their women and all their stuff to nice-looking Daniel Craig.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I mean, danger is a dangerous man. Osama, let's go to you, sir. I'm going to give you... Where is he? Is he not here? Yes, he is. Logan Ash. Logan Ash is from No Time to
Frat
Die.
bro from The Big Short. Frat
He
bro
is,
from The Big
yes.
Short.
He literally is that guy.
Logan Ash, yes, he's a CIA agent assigned by Felix Leiter to assist Bond in the mission. Turns out, actually, he's working with Safin. So what do we think of Logan Ash? Yeah, go ahead.
This is actually so annoying because the twist was nice. Like the twist was actually cool
actually
because
was.
he does have that like stupid smiley face the whole time, and you think, oh, like I actually fell for it. Normally, I don't fall for like the like I would normally get like a sense in my head of him being sus with the amount of cheesiness that he was playing in the beginning of the film. So the twist was nice that he actually just ends up turning on both of them and ends up really killing Jeffrey Wright's character. What is his name?
Felix.
Felix Leiter. Yeah. Who is now in like 3 Daniel Craig Bond films, which is pretty historic. So I guess
all of them. He's been in since Casino Royale. I don't know if he makes an appearance in Quantum.
Well, not all of them. Yeah, I don't think he's in. I think he's in 3 of the 5.
Okay.
I remember looking into
enough.
that.
Yeah, appearances.
But,
Yep.
So yeah, a historic character dies to Logan Ash. So I think based off of that alone, and the fact that the twist is nice, although he didn't have much screen time at all, maybe to be teased for a future film, I'm gonna have to give him. He be doing it.
He be doing it, Fahad. I will let you challenge this because you're going to get shitty villains from here on out. Does he deserve to be in He Be Doing It, or does he deserve to be in
That's not. If he's in he's better than Patrice. Like he's got to like they can't be in the same tier.
For me, Patrice serves like I'm more entertained by what happens in Patrice's scenes than what is Logan Ash, except for he could have been any dude. Patrice
so for villain
needed to be skilled to like at least for you to keep somewhat of your attention on the screen.
So that's a big question. Are we talking about like which villain entertained us the most, or which villain was like the most significant?
That's for y'all to decide. That's for y'all
significant.
to decide.
Like to me, the significance for Logan Ash is bigger. Like Patrice could have not been in the movies and nothing would have changed. Logan Ash,
I would be down to move both of them down 1. So if you're married to having Patrice being below,
I'm cool with that. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Like, that's a happy compromise where they both go down 1. Because I agree that Logan has more plot relevance, but Patrice does some sav shit, so he can't be like that much lower than him. Okay, we're
wow. So there we go. Dramatic turn of events here, folks. As Logan Ash, what a name, sees himself deranked into And
why do British people think Americans are so stupid? I guess we are. But every person that's supposed to portray an American on the show, on the Bond franchise, is always on some next level shit.
Well, funny you say that, Fahad, because now you're going to get a Frenchman. That's right, Dominic Greene. Where is he? Yes, this leotard-wearing fellow over here. Dominic Greene.
Cheetah kind of shirt.
Yeah, a little bit. He's got some meow going on. Anyway,
I'm
Dominic Greene.
Like, I'm getting these ass movies, and there's a reason these movies are ass.
Dominic Greene, for those who don't remember, is in Quantum of Solace. He plays the megalomaniac / save the world person, which Fahad, you can probably attest to. He has his like schemy Frenchy twiddle my mustache moments as well in the movie. So Dominic Greene, Fahad, where does he fit? Elite of the elite. He'd be doing it. I guess. Who is you, my guy?
See, I like we're putting Logan Ash so deep. Now this ranking is crazy.
It's turning into a cake of villains, folks.
But think about it in the grand scheme, Fahad. Like they don't have to be great to be an
Yeah. It's because Dominic Greene at least has like a larger vision than either Scara and Man Who Lost His Wife and then died soon after. He's gonna have to
Alex
go under,
Dimitrios.
He's gonna have to go under. I would put him under, I guess. Like I guess he wasn't as big as Logan Ash. Like he didn't cause Felix's death, which is very important to me. This dude, he did have a part to play. Not that big, but his vision. You know, it's all about the visions, man. It's all about his vision was big.
Right.
Okay, it's time to stir the pot, folks. It's time to stir the pot and bring out a big hitter. Step up to the plate. My national hero here.
OD. The
boy. Shout out to all my elbows out there. Get your gambling on. That's right. We're talking about Lashif, the mastermind who seems to be great at gambling until he's faced James Bond, who also seems to be great at gambling. That's right. So he's from Casino Royale, played by Mads Mikkelsen. Cries blood like a little girl when he's upset. So where do you place him, Osama? Elite of the elite. He be doing it. I guess who is you, my guy, for Le Chiffre?
Acting was great in the film. He had enough. There was enough consequence. He had enough gravity in Casino Royale. He, like you said, he was also a good gambler. Like he was smooth in his own way. Like he kind of matched Bond, and really would have beat Bond if not for. Well, how am I forgetting the name
If not
again?
for Bond. If not,
No, no.
If not for Vesper
No.
making that
It's
deal.
not even Vesper. If it's for
Felix.
yeah, Felix Leiter like ends up
Like,
buying
the
him
guy
back in.
saves him? Yeah.
Yeah, he buys him back in. So
I'm bleeding
he's,
chips.
for me, he's either elite or he be doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the rest of this cast.
He gotta be pushing, like he has to be on the very edge of he be doing it and almost.
Fahad,
Yeah.
please, Fahad.
Let's say-
this isn't your villain, Fahad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and say. I'm gonna go and say.
Villains. I forgot Marco Sciarra as villains, bro.
That's your fault. That's your fault for watching those movies. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna say let's actually put a rule in that the left side of each of these tiers is the highest part of the tier.
So you
So-
want to rank him within the tier? We'll do
Yeah,
that at
yeah,
the
yeah.
end. We'll do that at the end. So let's
Intra-tier
go within the tier.
rankings.
So I'm
Put him
gonna
in the
say
tier.
I'm gonna put him into he be doing it.
He be doing it. Fahad, I
Yeah.
love you very much. Very, very much. And I know you've talked about Le Chiffre since I knew you back in high school. I'm going to give you the chance to argue why Le Chiffre deserves to be in the elite of the elite.
It's like Sam makes the point because it's like Batista. I guess we're coming up on that. There's very few villains that he has ever had that could physically match up with him. But in terms of charisma, there's probably two. Maybe if you want to get really like lenient, three. Le Chiffre is in that range of someone who went toe to toe with him. Like I don't think even with No Time to Die, even with how elite Skyfall was, those casino like gambling scenes cannot be
Yeah.
beat. Like I will never forget that scene, and I watched that like 12 years ago. I'll never forget that scene, no matter how far I go into life. Just based on that, and just based on how he almost pulls it off. He gets really, except for Rami Malek,
Right.
he's the other villain that gets really close to truly hurting him. And the torture scene, Bond's dick getting hit over and over. You can't beat that. That doesn't happen. And
Yeah.
within like 8 hours of screen time, I got like
can't-
that's what
you
that's what I was
can't
telling
beat that.
Sam.
You know what? That
He's
is a good
like-
point.
he's
That
like
is a
on
good
the
point.
edge. He's on the edge of he be doing it, but he pushes. Like I wouldn't put him elite of the elite, like top elite of the elite, but he's in the tier. He's in the.
Also,
I have a
is
different
Casino
guy in
your
mind.
favorite Bond film?
I would. It's still Skyfall for me because of the consequences of what happens at the end. But Casino, entertainment-wise, I would say Casino is probably my favorite Bond film. Casino, but whereas Skyfall has like more emotion, but it's Skyfall.
It's slower though.
Yeah,
me.
but it's just like the song, like Adele's soundtrack, goes so well with the film. It
I
carries
mean, elite,
over.
elite.
And then they tap into his actual life, and I actually get to find out his name is James Bond in real life. It's not just some shit. He just
I will say, like to that point, like they used Adele really well in that movie. I feel like this Billie Eilish song was so good, but they only used it for
they did not lean on her. Like
the
Adele's
title.
music
It's
comes
literally
on
the
when he's
title.
like driving through the long roads. Her music comes on. Same way Sam Smith doesn't come on Spectre. They just lean on him at the start. So I guess because Adele's British, they really leaned on her extra hard. But yeah,
Yeah,
I would say
I'm
he's
convinced,
pushing
I'm
it in.
convinced.
Thank you. Yes,
Put him up, put him
yes.
up.
Here we go.
You
But
coulda-
put
you
the
coulda-
kid up, man.
You could have just said he's Albanian. I would have just knocked him up. Like, you didn't have to go through all of that, dog. Damn. Anyway.
Although, is he Albanian allegedly or actually Albanian?
No. I believe
No.
that's the MI6 info. So I'm going to trust
He's
MI6
Albanian
info.
in the yeah. So
Okay,
we're
okay.
trusting MI6, British
But-
spy intelligence services now.
But did Lucifer's DNA prove him to be Albanian or not?
That's true. We don't know. We don't know
We don't
because he
know.
doesn't
Nano.
make it. Doesn't make it that far. into
Spoiler
the-
alert.
Yeah, spoiler for everything Bond up to
Into
this
the Bondiverse. He doesn't make it that far, man.
Craig Bond verse. Yes. Okay. Anyway, Fahad, you had fun talking about Le Chiffre. Let's just drag it down a notch. Let's go, Mr. Hinks here. Let's go, Mr. Hinks, Mr. Dave Batista, Mr. Hinks, the dude who be stabbing dude's eyes out from Spectre.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, like,
Where do we
he
go?
has such a beautiful Game of Thrones moment. The way he's introduced. His drawback is that his drawback is that they only literally give him one line, I think, in the whole movie.
Yeah,
Which is
basically.
when this dude ties him to like a rope and he's about to get like
Rock.
hung into the train or whatever way he dies. He's like, "Oh shit," or he says something like that.
Yes.
But because of his intro, because of the action sequences, I gotta go with like, bro. And it's also Batista, man. Like you can't. And the way he's introduced, the other guy's supposed to be this feared killer who stands up. This Spanish dude. I mean, he speaks Spanish, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do the organization justice and show how loyal I am." This badass guy comes up. He's like, "How are you gonna take over his spot?" Gouges his eyes out. So in a room full of people, and no one flinches, and he just sits down in his chair and smiles. So it's an A for me. I would, but I also wouldn't debate with Osama if he wanted to have that spot just for Logan Ash because he loves Logan Ash so much.
Like he hasn't seen the magnificence of a quiet Dave Batista.
Can we just say Mr. Hinks is?
With him, it's absolutely elite. Yeah, that's a stupid name. Yeah, I don't...
That's a cat's name. That's a cat's name.
I'm literally telling you, they cast the Americans as these cookie cutter, just stupid dudes that are around to just do random shit. Mr. Hicks, what? Could have just called him Batista. Would have been more relatable.
Dave. Call him Dave. Recap for the folks listening at home and not watching here. We have Lashif up there in the Elite of the Elite. In the category, we have Logan Ash and Dave Batista as he powerbombed his way through the Bond universe. In the I Guess category, we have Patrice with Dominic Greene, Who Is You My Guy, is still being held warmly by Alex Dimitrios and Fahad's favorite, Marco Scara. Fahad, your name in all group chats will be changed.
I swear,
to Marco Scara.
Marco Scara is a legendary Portuguese coach, legendary Portuguese manager.
I'm going to say this. We are slowly pumping Marco Sciarra in the Bond universe higher and higher as this conversation continues. Anyway, we're going to move on to Mr. Carlos Osama from Casino Royale. Carlos is a bomb maker of sorts, also sweats very profusely throughout the film, as you can see in this thing here. If you can remember, he also gets chased by James Bond after he kills Alex Dimitrios when he has a bag. He goes to the airport, there's a whole like thing, he gets dressed as a cop. Yeah. He tries to blow up a plane, remember, to do the whole stock manipulation. So Carlos Osama, where does he fit in our tiers here?
I think to me, same, like this is another character that could be anybody really, but moves the plot along and progresses the plot along to me the same way as apparently my favorite Logan Ash. So I'm going to put him in the category.
Tough, coach.
In the category, Carlos.
I would have pushed for him to be an I guess, but I'm not going to fight it. I don't feel that strongly about
That's
Carlos
pretty high for somebody who has no lines.
Yeah.
But again, like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, see, like, again, we go comparatively. I just keep looking at the title. I go, he's literally I feel like I guess sounds better to me than
No, don't. If you put him in elite, I'm quitting right now, dog. It's a done deal.
No, he stays in the bottom of honestly. Like, I mean, Fahad, do you really feel strongly that he goes in, I guess?
I just feel like Batista and Logan Ash both bring way more to either like action sequences or plot parts of the table. This dude, I could have played his role and we would have been fine.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's like the two guys underneath, and I guess. Also,
yeah. Like those are the dudes that are replaced. Yeah. Like anyone, Admin could have played Dominic Greene. It would have been a better way, and he wouldn't have worn a cheetah print shirt on his chest.
It would have been floral. It would have been floral.
That's what I'm talking about, and I would have bought it. All right,
Fahad,
yes,
I've given you a lot of trash so far. I'm gonna hold back on that a little bit, and I'm gonna give you Ernst Stavro Blofeld, as played by Christoph Waltz.
Yeah,
Where do we put him?
I'm a massive Christoph Waltz fan, and I also was like the role that he won the Oscar for. Like he was amazing on *Inglourious Basterds*. That's one of my favorite movies ever to just watch for in terms of any genre. I really loved. I know that we were chatting the whole time. We were both watching the movie. Really loved his intro in the movie. The way he kind of comes in. There's like a heavy kind of juice. You know this man got juice. If a whole parliament full of people shut up when he sits down. And I really liked his background. It's not his fault. He got shit lines and like they killed him in a very mild manner. But I'm a big fan of the way he executed the whole role and every scene.
So remember, this is the villain in Bond, not what Waltz did with the villain.
That's what I was going to come back to. But so that was to kind of explain my bias for what I'm about to say. So you can obviously check me if I like go crazy.
Sure.
But every single scene that him and Bond have where they share the screen together is fireworks. From the torture scene to the scene in the last movie, and also his kind of gravitas and knowing that he can basically ruin the whole world with a secret organization, which every franchise seems to lean on. I'm fully down for him to be like, shit, elite of the elite, but after Le Chiffre for me. But I could also be down to push him ahead of him, because he would be up there for me. And then there's like one other guy that I would have up there, but obviously I'm guessing they're probably gonna go to Sam. Go ahead, yeah.
We'll see.
What do you have to think?
Osama.
No,
any idea of Blofeld?
I agree. Like he would have been top of elite of the elite if he was really the main focus in this No Time to Die film.
Sir. Yes, sir.
He's taken back from that, and while yes, a lot of it is carried by Christoph Waltz as the actor, I think he makes the villain somehow feel both relatable and like vicious at the same time, especially in No Time to Die. So I think I'm putting him. That's rough because I'm looking at that gap and he'd be doing it right now, and I'm thinking somebody needs to fill that gap. But Blofeld as a character and the significance of the character has to be an elite of the elite, because he literally is the whole purpose behind the final film.
And also, I do want to clarify, he doesn't get all shit lines. I was just upset at the way he was murdered, but he has some really, really good lines. The line about the kite in the middle of a hurricane, man, you tell me that, you can defeat me, dog. You have defeated me the moment you tell a deep quote like that. I'm a kite in the middle of a hurricane, bro.
He killed the entirety of Spectre in this film.
No, not Blofeld. That was
your boy.
Safin. No, that was Safin, dog.
He was trying to kill Bond.
Wasn't he? Oh, sorry. Yes.
Changes the gas.
Yeah.
That just ruins your entire criticism of this film, though. Anyway, here's the thing. I do think he's fantastic. I just feel like the way he's taken down at the end of Spectre is a sham. He's in a helicopter, and they kind of Bond shoots him with a
handgun. One bullet. And then at the end, when he's about to shoot him in the, I ran out of bullets. Like, okay, dog.
Yeah,
I mean, even the way he actually dies is pathetic
in this
too.
Movie, it's a bit pathetic, for like a villain. Like I don't know, like he's supposed to be the leader of Spectre. This is like the most secret organization in the world. He's supposed to be all powerful, and he has his eye doing all this work, and he gets fooled by Safin, and he doesn't even know it. Like he's just blindsided by it. So
blindsided?
Something about one eye.
But also, like his death was literally just to prove what the technology does. Like that's such a pathetic death for an important villain.
Used as like a plot line.
So do we feel different? Do we still want to put him in the elite of the elite, or do we feel he'd be doing it is more appropriate? What do we think?
I'm starting to lean to he be doing it, but top of he be doing it for now.
He be doing it for now. Maybe we'll move him depending on how things pan out. I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
So here we go. We're done with Mr. Stavros here. Osama. I'm going to give you the gentleman whose name at any point in the movie I don't remember being said, but again, Wikipedia. I'm going to say it's Molaka. So Molaka is this fella over here from Casino Royale who forces
I'm done.
James
He's
Bond,
just in the intro?
Yes, to do all sorts of parkour. All sorts of parkour.
that was probably one of the most elite, like,
that's right.
Action
it's
sequences.
Considered, it is considered one of the best Bond action sequences of all time. So Osama, Mr. Molaka here, where does he fit in our tiers here?
It's got to be the same as it's got to be I guess. Same, like while that's one of the best action sequences, same logic. No dialogue, pure action, is really just a stunt guy at the end of the day. So it doesn't really progress the story too much, but obviously in one of the best scenes, so he has to go in, I guess. And I'm sorry, but I feel like someone is calling me, so I will be on hold for just a moment. But carry on.
Yes, don't worry, because the next one will be for Fahad. So Fahad, any qualms with that? I guess over here.
See, after seeing that, I guess I'm thinking if we should move Batista down to the top of, I guess, instead of having him at A. But I'm just tight that Logan Ash is there. If he's there, Batista's gonna have to be there too. That's just what it is.
Your hate for Logan Ash is just screaming through the screen. Anyway, I don't know if Osama's off his phone yet. I can't see the screen. But what I will say is that the next villain that we're going to talk about, and he spans several films in this little Bond universe here for Daniel Craig, is Mr. White. It starts out all the way back in the beginning of Casino Royale, and we actually see him all the way, I believe, into Spectre. Yeah, we see him all the way into Spectre. So Mr. White, Fahad, where do you put him in the tiers?
Mr. White, because of kind of like his presence throughout like all the movies, and obviously his daughter being one of the central characters, and like in the last movie, and his actions kind of reverberating throughout the universe, all the things he did kind of having chain reactions. I think he is, but also Mr.
Remember,
White.
he's a bit he gets rocked in the leg at the end of Casino Royale, and that's very easily, might I add.
He also has one of the more like poetic deaths in the series though.
As
Very
a
few
villain, we're looking at villains here, not the character. Remember, the villain.
I guess he's at Hebe. He has to be in Hebe doing it because he can't be in. He's not Logan Ash or Batista level. He still gets line. He still says shit. He's still like moving the plot and all along in a more meaningful way. I was gonna say he's towards the top of Hebe doing it, but he's on the lower end. I would put him on the lower ends of Hebe doing it.
Osama, any thoughts here on Mr. White? Fahad's claiming he sits in the Hebe doing it category.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
He also is someone I would put him. I would put him lower, except for the fact that his organization creates consequences for Bond's eventual demise.
And his daughter is like a massive plot. Like he was much needed in the story.
Like,
and
yeah.
Like
I'm obviously basing this off of significance and consequence from the character, and I think he has such a ripple effect. Although he's not well developed enough, he's definitely better than Logan Ash. So I'm gonna put him at
and Batista. That's why I feel like a lot of this ranking is now based around Logan Ash.
I think what we're also realizing is that like the Bond villains in general are not like distributed on a normal distribution scale. Like they're very either like good or ass. So it's hard to like compare them, but in, like relatively speaking, I think he goes in the bottom.
And I'll also say like it's probably very difficult to both cast and play a role where you're destined to lose, and everyone in the room knows you'll lose. Everyone at the theater knows that you're gonna catch this L against him, and you're gonna obviously have this scene where you reveal your evil plan to him, and he's somehow gonna win. And like you kind of get to see like the cream of the crop is dudes who are able to have chemistry with Daniel Craig, and dudes who are kind of almost reflect his mirror image in situations. And
although as we're speaking now, I feel like he needs to go in and everybody else needs to get dropped one, like drop down one.
I mean, if like Logan Ash goes down one, I'm fully down.
Like I think Logan Ash and Mr. Hinks go down to, I guess, and then the others are all like, "Who is you, my guy?" Yeah, the ones that were already there.
Oh wow! So we're dropping.
Everyone's getting demoted right now because I
Dominic
think Mr.
Greene
White
is into "Who Is You, My Guy," the main villain.
No, he's in I guess. He's in I guess. But the other guys who are
Carlos.
Bomber
they're all like "Who Is You?" Yeah, they're all.
So is Carlos on the same level as Marco Sciarra?
No, he goes to the bottom. Marco Sciarra at the end. No. At the end. No, we're saying we're gonna rank it within "Who Is You, My Guy." So he stays at the bottom.
Interesting. And Patrice.
Also, "Who Is You, My Guy?" Everybody who doesn't have a line is a "Who Is You." I'm sorry because I can't even recall who you were.
You know who Batista too, though. You would definitely know who Batista was if you watched like.
No, he doesn't go down. He doesn't go down. I'm saying the guys who were originally in, I guess, are dropping to "Who Is You, My Guy?"
Logan Ash moves. Logan Ash moves. So
no, wait. What are you guys talking about? No, I'm saying. You know what you said? Yeah. Logan Ash and Batista are in, I guess.
I guess.
The guy who's in Casino Royale gets dropped.
So would you move like that dude too, the Chase guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the greatest scenes ever. And this man
yes. No, okay. You know who else was in one of the greatest scenes ever? The random guy who dies in the freaking jungle in the No Time to Die. But at the end of the day, like if I can't remember you, you are a "Who Is You, My Guy?" Like
Damn.
I don't. You told me the name.
I mean, the picture.
Yeah, you just told me the name, and I still didn't remember what the name was.
Him running. He couldn't find a different. He couldn't find a headshot of the guy. The son screenshotted a running picture of the.
Oof, man, this is tough. Okay.
Tell me. Okay, you guys disagree with that? I'm not dictating this whole tier list.
No, I'm not.
But I think I kind of just convinced myself because of the fact that a lot of the Bond villains are kind of
like at least man who lost his wife and his car. Like my boy did more.
I just feel like Marco Sciarra is like an unbelievably shit layer of villainousness. That
you have to take the chase guy ahead.
He's done too much work. Yeah, he's done too much work. And
all he's done was be in a chase scene, guys.
He was straight up jumping through roofs and shit. My boy Marco Sciarra was on a chopper and got kicked out of it. The guy at the top of Who Is You, My Guy, his wife got robbed and his car got robbed and he lost mad bread at the casino. Bomb Maker didn't speak a word and just tried to kill mad people for stock prices.
He's a throwaway character too. Like they're all throwaway characters. It just so happens that he's in a really good action sequence, but it has nothing to do with the villain. It has nothing to do with the villain himself.
I will say that given I'm overruling on this, damn it. I'm overruling it. I'm keeping him an I guess. That scene is way too nice and it has to do exactly with the villain because all of the bums over here don't jump a hurdle. He can jump hurdles, man. He deserves for his physical
putting them up because they're athletic now?
Yes, his athleticism makes him a better villain than the rest of them. He actually gives Bond huge problems in the movie because he almost can't catch up with him. He has to do a bunch of shit that Bond normally doesn't have to do.
Right.
Like
and theoretically, he sets up the franchise for great action sequences for the future. Like, as a fan,
he doesn't do that. The action coordinator does, not him.
But he executes it as the villain embodies.
Fair, fine. I'm just thinking about the villains on paper. If this villain was on paper, he's Who Is You, My Guy.
If you're reading on Wikipedia, but I'm to watch that scene, Sam, you're never gonna forget that scene. No matter how many action sequences you see in your life, you're always gonna remember this random dude. You're right, I don't know his name, and I still will never bother to search his name.
He makes Bond work for me. That's the thing. Like as a villain, you have to make the hero work his ass off to like.
Way more than the one-eyed Cyclops guy. He does way more than the one-eyed Cyclops guy, and that dude got way more screen time in this movie.
Yeah, so I didn't put him in here. Osama, next person for you is also somebody well-known across the Bond universe. He may be considered, actually, one of the greatest villains in all of Bond. Stephen Obono is the leader of the African terrorist organization in Casino Royale. He is known for wielding a machete, and he almost kills Le Chiffre before the final showdown with James Bond.
Such a stupid stereotype. Such a piece of shit character.
Stephen Obono. He also gets absolutely clocked in the staircase by Daniel Craig here. That's all really there is to say. Osama, Stephen Obono, elite of the elite, or he be doing it really? Because what other tiers would you consider for this gentleman? Where do we put him? Where do we put him?
Stephen Pro Bono gotta be bottom 2 for sure, like somewhere in the bottom 2. He's like second or third in Who Is You, My Guy.
Yeah, I would still put him ahead of Marco Sciarra because you're still afraid of him. You're still afraid of that guy, like
but the fact that you could tell me this photo of this guy. I think he's at a table. Like in the military gear, this could be from District 9. This could be from any other movie, and I would have no clue. So that's absolutely a Who Is You, My Guy. But I don't know where along there we're gonna go with because apparently, if you're involved in some of those kind of, I actually can't remember if he was in any of the sequences.
He fights.
Yeah,
he's
done. He's done. Yeah. He just fights him in the staircase when Daniel Craig finds out he's about to start capping dudes. Yeah,
next
he's still better than Marco Sciarra. He's still a little bit better than Marco Sciarra, but yeah, I'm fully in agreement with him there.
What's his name? What's his name again?
Say his name.
Obono?
Stephen Pro Bono. Fahad, the next villain here for you is from Quantum of Solace. General Medrano.
I've seen him actually.
Is General Madrano. He, of course, reaches out to Dominic Greene to help him overthrow, I think it's the leadership in Bolivia, so he can take over. I think it's Bolivia.
I swear I've actually seen Quantum of Solace. but like
must
so
have,
long ago.
but it's just so memorable that you forgot. So General Madrano Fahad, where does he sit? Elite of
Was
the
he the
elite.
one
He was doing
hanging
it there.
out in the middle of a desert, like a hotel in the middle of a desert?
Yes, he hangs out in the desert. He's
Yeah.
also known for
And then he
killing.
does
He kills.
despicable things, right?
Yes, he does very despicable things. Yes, very
Yeah. Yeah.
unfortunate.
Unlike the other villains, he's
I'm gonna
he's a
see.
bad guy.
I'm gonna put this guy on I guess. Like, and see, this is where, yeah, I guess he's on I guess for me. Like, he did. I don't remember anything memorable in a good way, except for he just killed women and children type shit, and then that's just kind of blazes over me. I don't know if you guys feel more strongly about him in either direction. He's a solid I guess for me.
Yeah, he's yeah. That's very Spectre, or rather Quantum of Solace level.
Quantum of Solace, yeah. It seems like dudes from that movie are catching heavy L's right now.
Surprisingly enough, though, there's more villains from Casino Royale and Who Is You, My Guy than Spectre or Quantum of Solace, and they're considered to be, let's just say, not the better films of the franchise. So
It's
what
because
does
I
that say?
completely forgot about everything, and Mads Mikkelsen is the only thing I remember in my selective mind. That casino scene is all I remember. Everything else, I don't give a shit about. The man who lost his wife in car was just, I was just watching and laughing. I'm like, wow, what a chump.
So here we go. Next up on the plate here is, who will it be? Who will it be? Osama,
Well, we
I'm
have
going
two
to
options.
give you. I'm going to give you Freddy Krueger here, as played by Rami Malek. Where do we put Lustafin Safin in the tiers of Bond villains? Fahad, you will have a chance to push him up a tier if you feel that Osama is unjustly.
Why are you
I hope
assuming
Osama
already
doesn't
where I'm gonna
I
drop
don't
him?
have a,
I have
I
an
hope
inkling.
Osama doesn't unjustly dump his countrymen. Like I'm hoping he. I would have put him on elite of the elite.
Oh, my bad. Oh, we're ranking Rami Malek. All right, elite of the elite. I didn't realize. I didn't realize.
Where do
No,
we
if
put
we're
him?
ranking Lucifer, which by the way, like who names their kid
Lucifer, is that what it is? Lustafin? I said it wrong. So Lucifer.
Yeah.
So
Lucifer
Lucifer.
Safin. But and Safin in Arabic means ship, by the way. Like
Ooh.
in terms and he was gonna ride off on a ship, but he didn't get the chance. I guess that's the real tragedy of it all. But
Really?
he,
Yeah, I think so.
to me, he goes in. It's interesting because he's in Christoph Waltz acting territory, but not villain territory. For me, he's top of
He is top of Fahad.
Reason being that good acting, but the motivation literally made no sense. We got no disposition for why he's doing the things that he's doing. And he's not even in any action scenes. He literally is in just one quick fight scene where he dies. So potential was really there, but if we're not grading on potential.
As a villain,
execution.
but like as a villain, what is a villain's purpose at the end of the day? Is it not to get some sort of victory over the hero?
I agree. But my point is, he should never have been a Bond villain because he has no relationship to Bond. Like, it's not even there. It doesn't exist. Bond is not even really, like, truly in his way until he makes him in his way.
But like anyone that's trying to destroy the world, technically, is in Bond's
Yeah, but
way
Bond
and
had
vice
no
versa.
clue where it was until he took him there. Like, he basically led him there.
No,
Like, it's just
007, didn't the new 007 find out where didn't they find out where the location
no.
is?
They were tracking Logan Ash, and then James Bond was like, "Oh, why are you following me?"
An ass.
So really, this is just convincing me that Logan Ash needs to be bumped up even more. To be honest with you,
No, oh
But,
God, please, God, no.
no, honestly, I will fight to the death on this one. He's an because on paper, like you're getting wooed by the acting chops. He's above Mr. White, but he's still an
Yeah, but
because-
the bottom of he be doing it, but yeah, it's fine. But he got to be ahead of Mr. White though, because Mr. White acting, I don't know.
Yeah, because if we're saying Christoph Waltz is in, he be doing it. Like they're not in the same category to me.
yeah.
I don't know. Admir seems like he disagrees.
I think that's. I mean, is he better than Dominic Greene? His plan is just about the same. You know, Yeah, he wins. I guess that's the thing. That's the thing that puts him in the category here, above all.
But he
of
wins a
them.
game he wasn't supposed to be playing. That's my issue.
100%, 100%. You know, accidentally winning is still winning at the end of the day. So
Own
he's
goals
above.
still count for you, bro.
He's
And that,
above all our-
yeah, that's why
our
Mr.
fine-
White accidentally wins somehow. So
Well, yeah, I guess he sees his daughter survive, which is what he wanted to do. So yeah, and he also leaves Spectre, so there's some moral there. Yeah, he's above the beautiful men at I guess here. So we're definitely gonna put him up there, I guess in Fahad. That brings us to a titan of Bond villains for realsies this time. Mr. Silver, I think is his name in Skyfall. His actual character name, I think, is Raul. Raul.
it's
Like
Raul
Brazilian.
Silva. Yeah.
Yes.
Another Portuguese player.
The greatest. He's of course the main villain in Skyfall. Fahad Silva. Where does he rank
Yeah, I was
in the tiers?
hoping Javier Bardem would fall to me on this massive and of the way like all the scenes happen with them. There's gonna be a level of corniness with every Bond villain. That's just what it is. They're gonna say and do corny. Wow, you really
Who
put him
is
below.
you?
Nah,
Who is you?
I'm 100%
You have to
putting him
convince me.
top
As
of.
you convince me, I'll raise him up the rankings.
One more point.
He
Like
literally,
make
he
another point.
literally- He straight up murks Bond's boss, which is supposed to be the head of the MI6. He has an amazing background story of being a spy himself and then getting backstabbed, which I kind of alluded to. The greatest villains in this
currently
series
moved up
tend
to
to have
A.
some sort of reflection, of Bond. He also has an amazing island base, which is probably the best island base of all of them in the story.
Oh,
compared
he's
to
now moved down
Rami
to I
Malek.
guess.
This cannot. He has an amazing speech about how a bunch of rats being left on an island can turn them
Back up
all
to,
into
no.
cannibal rats, and then he makes the contrast that him and James Bond are the same shit, right? He has an amazing Loki-like scene where they have him arrested, but then he breaks out, gets into a courtroom,
now moved up to he be
almost
doing
cabs
it.
dudes. He basically almost takes over London with his cyber terrorism skills and outsmarts
Teetering on
you
elite.
levels. And obviously, he has an amazing speech.
Almost there,
where he
almost there.
takes down Bond, and Bond's girl next to him, and it disrespects him right there. And although he loses, every great villain ever, he still somehow gets the one thing he wanted, which is to cap M at the end. So yeah, that's
And now he's solidly sitting in elite of the elite, and he should be number one in my opinion,
He should
above
be ahead. Yeah,
the
he's
chief.
Raul Silva. He's 100%. It's his story. Like at no point during his story, I was like, "Oh, this is so dull. Why is he doing any of these things?" And all of it fully made sense. It's the one villain.
Right.
They put everything together in Bond for it.
So,
Beautiful.
is there any reordering we want to do real quick? In
Yes.
these tiers?
So very quickly to the folks listening at home and don't have access to our video here, at the elite of the elite right now, Silva and Lashif are keeping each other cozy, all alone by himself, and he be doing it. It's Christopher Waltz, Blofeld. In we have just the wonderful skincare routines of Mr. White here and Safin.
Lucifer Safin.
Lucifer Safin. In the I guess category is the just wonderful group of Dominic Greene, Mr. Hinks, Logan Ash, the fellow who runs around in the beginning of Casino Royale, notes to his close friends as Molika, and Evil Mustache himself.
I gotta say, the
General
five in
Medrano.
I guess here are like the funniest 5-team starting five I've ever seen, just across the board.
For sure, but just like that.
Yes. and then in the bottom of this list is Who Is You My Guy, tightly held by Alex Dimitrios, who has had no chance of making it out. Carlos, Patrice, just single name folks.
Single name dudes.
Single named artist. Stephen Obono there, and of course,
The legend.
Marcos Sciarra, the ledge himself, cradling this category, pushing it above its intended spots here. So
If this was on names alone, he would be an elite of the elite.
this is true,
Yeah.
but it is not. It is
You gotta name
purely based on how relevant of a villain they are. Unfortunately, for Marco Sciarra and Fahad, given his fandom. Any reorder we want to do? I mean, it seems like we're sure about the
good.
Elite of the Elite ranking. We're sure about he be doing it. We're also sure about. And I guess, how are we feeling? Logan Ash, do we feel like he should be up a little more, a little higher maybe, given
I do,
kills
but
Felix? Does kill Felix, of course.
he
Maybe
kills a
I would
pretty
put-
integral guy.
Maybe I would put Logan Ash ahead of Batista.
Okay, so
Yeah.
ahead of Mr.
Because
Hinks.
Dominic Greene is still like the main villain of a whole ass movie. Like he's got to be like ahead of
Fair enough.
some random dude with a pretty face. No.
This is true. He is rather pretty. And who is you, my guy? Are we done? Are we happy
Looks
with
fine.
the power rankings here? We're all
I
all
would be.
done?
I mean, I guess we could. Dimitrios should not be first. Like he's not pushing. I guess in any version of it though, him and Scara should be sitting next to each other, because Warlord is still a lot scarier as a villain than some dude who loses his wife and a car, and another guy that gets kicked out of a chopper with a nice name.
So
Yeah,
Carlos
Carlos is a dude
first
that can blow
or
shit up.
Patrice?
Yeah, Sam, do you feel Patrice should be ahead of Carlos? I don't know. Like that one's.
I don't care at this point, man. Let these scum sit on the bottom. I don't care.
I'm putting Patrice. I think he has 2 scenes, which is more than most of these
Yes,
folks.
yeah,
So I'm
this
gonna
is-
put
yeah.
Patrice purely on scene time.
Obono? Is Steve Obono behind Carlos?
The lead singer for you two, Stephen Obono. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
so
it,
we're
that's it,
we're
yeah.
we're I think we're very happy with our list here. Fahad and Osama, thank you very much for giving Daniel Craig's villains here some love. Some of them
Always.
forgotten in the sands of time. Some of them timeless, but still all of them on this list of ours. And that brings us mercilessly